Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code Vikas10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also, students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below. Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for the topic index and reports for July month. Session will be quite interesting and important, students, so stay tuned with us till the end. Let's start. The first question is, as per the 19th Global Peace Index 2025 released by the Institute for Economies and Peace, which is of the following countries is not ranked among the top 5 most peaceful countries? Among the following in top 5, Denmark is not there. On the first position is Iceland, followed by Ireland, then New Zealand, then Austria, then Switzerland. These are the top 5 and our country India stands at 150th position. Next, as per the United Nations Interagency Group for Child Mortality Estimation 2024 report released in 2025, what is the percentage of zero-dose children in India in the year 2024? It stands at 0.06%. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the recent report titled Management Effectiveness Evaluation unveiled by the Union Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change Bhupendra Yadav in June 2025. If we look at the options here, option A is right and B is right, C is wrong. C is saying that Ladakh secured the highest rank among the union territories. No, it was topped by Chandigarh. Next is according to the 7th edition of the Global Unicorn Index report, pick out the correct statement. If we look at the option here, which of the following is right? Option A, B and C, all three of them are rightly mentioned. Next, as of 29th of June, around 12,952 active satellites are orbiting Earth, including 145 satellites launched in 2025, according to the satellite tracking website Orbiting Now. Question asked is that USA leads with how many satellites in orbit? So it is leading with 8,530 satellites and there are active 12,952 satellites in the orbit. Right, and out of these 12,952, 145 satellites alone were launched in 2025. Next, which of the following organization released the report in July 25 titled ZET Adoption in India and its Impact on Emission and Energy to promote faster adoption of zero emission trucking and support India's net zero goals? So which of the following organization? It is the Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India. Next, and this adoption of this ZET, it is a significant step in reducing the greenhouse gas emissions, enhancing air quality and improving the energy security. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the recent report, that is Chemical Industry Powering India's Participation in Global Value Chains by Niti Aayog in July 2025. Among the following, option A is right, B is right, C is wrong. C is saying that India's chemical industry currently contributes around 10% to the country's GDP. Is it so? No, it contributes around 7% to the country's GDP. Next, according to the report titled Geosemi Annual India FinTech Report, that is for the first half of 25 released by Traction Technologies Limited in July, what is the rank of India's financial technology sector in startup funding globally, where USA has topped the list? So it stands at 3rd position. Correct, take a note of this. Follow first is USA, second UK and then third is our India. Right, and India's fintech sector is $889 million. Right, that means India's fintech sector raised this amount in the first half of 2025, $889 million. Next, according to the World Bank Spring 2025 Poverty and Equity Brief in July, what is India's global rank in terms of income equality based on the Gini Index of 22-23? So India stands at 4th position here, right? And that is the most equal countries index with Gini score of 25.5. Here if we see Slovakia Republic, right, and Slovenia, Belarus, all these countries are ahead of India in this. Moving on, next is identify the country which was not among the top 5 biofuel consumers in 2024 As per the 74th Statistical Review of the World Energy released by Energy Institute in collaboration with Kearney and KPMG, it is United Arab Emirates, UAE. First is USA, then Brazil, then comes Indonesia. Our country, India, is on the 4th position. China is 5th here. Right? So here we see UAE is not among the top 5. Next, as per the Northeastern Region's District Sustainability Development Goals Index 23-24 released by Niti Aayog in July, which of the following districts is not among the top 5 performing districts? Here, Longding of Arunachal Pradesh is not among the top 5 performing districts. Rest all are there. Then next, according to 2024 edition of the Parakh Rashtriya Sarvekshan released by the Ministry of Education in July, which state ranked as the top performing state in student learning outcomes for class 3rd, 6th and 9th? Punjab here has secured as the top performing state. Next, identify the only Indian origin billionaire who featured in the top 10 Forbes America's Richest Immigrants 25 list, ranked 8th with a net worth of $17.5 billion. It is who he will be? Jay Chaudhary. Next, and he ranked here at the 8th position. Next, mention the country that is not in the list of the top 5 in the top 10 global tourism economies for 24-25 as per the 2024 Economies Impact Trends report released by World Travel and Tourism Council in collaboration with Oxford Economies in April 2025. It is our country, India, is not in the top 5 here, right? Who are in the top 5? USA, then comes China, then Germany, then Japan, then UK, and our country India is on the 8th position. Next, identify the organization that released a technical brief titled Mapping the Application of Artificial Intelligence in Traditional Medicines in July, highlighting India's leadership in integrating artificial intelligence with traditional medicine systems like Ayush. So identify the organization. It is World Health Organization, WHO. Next, correct statement regarding the fintech note titled Growing Retail Digital Payments, the Value of Interoperability, released by International Monetary Fund in July. If we look at here, all these 3 options are rightly mentioned. Next, which organization launched the 3rd edition of the Trade Watch Quarterly in Delhi in July, providing a comprehensive overview of India's merchandise and service trade for the 3rd quarter of FY25? Right option here is National Institute or your Niti Aayog. Next is which of the following cities is not among the top 5 in the Quackrelli-Simon Best Student Cities 2026 ranking released by Quackrelli-Simon. Among the following here, Mumbai, India is not among the top 5. Seoul of UK on the top position, Tokyo of Japan 2nd, then London, UK 3rd, Munich, Germany 4th, and Melbourne of Australia on the 5th position. Next, which organization along with the Food and Agriculture Organization released the 21st edition of Agriculture Outlook 2025 to 2034 report on 15th of July? So here it is OECD, that is Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the 5th edition of the Global Findex database report titled Connectivity and Financial Inclusion in the Digital Economy, released by World Bank. This question is also important, that it is released by which organization? By World Bank. Among the following, which is rightly mentioned here? So only option 3 is right, B is wrong, A is wrong. A is saying that the financial account ownership in India rose sharply to 79 in 2024, up by 77.5% in 2021. So the financial ownership in India, it rose by how much? It rose by almost 89%, that is up from 77.5% in 2021. Now option A is right. B is saying the global rate of accountability. The global rate of account ownership reached 89% in 2024, reflecting a 28% point rise since 2011. Is it correct? So here remember the global rate of account ownership, it stood at not 89 but 79%, right? Now option B is also right. Next, the World Bank Group in partnership with which organization? They have released the report titled Toward Resilient and Prosperous Cities in India, highlighting the potential of Indian cities to generate 70% of new jobs by 2030. Which is it? It is the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Next, as per the July 2025 edition of the Henley Passport Index released by Henley and Passport, Henley and Partners, what is India's rank in the global passport ranking offering visa-free access to 59 destinations? It is 77th, right, rank of India. So that's all for the day, students. Now let's move to the revision part that will be quite beneficial for your learning. Next, name the fintech company that launched the UPI credit card and inaugurated India's first UPI-powered bank branch in Koramangala in Bengaluru in June 2025. So name the fintech company. It is Slice. And this newly launched Slice UPI credit card is a RuPay based card with a zero joining fees and annual fee. Next, on how much percent of the total growth in India's foreign financial asset during FY25 was mainly driven by higher overseas direct investment, currency and deposits and reserve assets as per India's international investment position data released by RBI in June 2025. So, on how much percent of the total growth in India's financial asset during was mainly driven by higher overseas investment? It was almost 72%, right? The data further revealed that the reserve assets alone accounted for over 54% increase in Indian residents' overseas financial assets, followed by currency and deposits and direct investment in properties. Next, on the occasion of the 70th anniversary of the State Bank of India on July 1st, in which two cities did SBI inaugurated their specialized global trade finance centers? It was in Kolkata and Hyderabad, right? And during the event, SBI has announced a solar rooftop program that will support India's renewable energy transition. And this initiative, it aligns with India's commitment of achieving net zero emissions by 2070. Apart from this, SBI, they have inaugurated a specialized global trade finance center in Kolkata, West Bengal and Hyderabad, Telangana. These centers, they aims to enhance the bank's trade finance capabilities by streamlining the domestic and international trade transactions. Next, identify the insurance company that partnered with AU Small Finance Bank in June 2025 to distribute their life insurance products through the bank's network. So identify that insurance company. It is Life Insurance Corporation of India. Also, this collaboration supports the national vision of insurance for all by 2047 that was given by IRDAI. Next, in July, IndusInd Bank Limited, they have launched the Indie for Business platform to support which of the following businesses segment in India? It was MSME, right? This newly launched digital platform will offer all banking services across payments, loans, collection and account insights. Next, mention the organization that subscribed to 1301.25 crore worth of non-convertible debentures issued by Aditya Birla Capital Limited in July 2025 to support renewable energy and e-mobility financing in India. So which is that organization? It is Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, AIIB, right? And they have issued non-convertible debentures worth 1301.05 crore rupees, 2.05 crore, 1301.25 crore rupees, right? Next, mark the correct statement regarding the report released by RBI's Financial Stability in June 2025. If we look at the option, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, how much did International Finance Corporation commit to IndiGrid Trust in July for the development of India's largest 180 megawatt standalone battery energy storage system project in Gujarat? This is 460 crore rupees. This IndiGrid Trust, right? What is this? This IndiGrid Trust is basically a infrastructure investment trust in which you can invest money similar to the process that you can buy stocks and mutual fund, right? And another in one is InvIT and another are REITs, real estate investment trust, correct? Next, what is the interest rate applicable for RBI's floating rate saving bonds 2020 for the period from July 1st to December 31st 2025 with interest payable on 1st of January 2026? So what is the interest rate applicable here? The bonds are for 8.05%, correct? Next, mention the bank that became the first UAE bank to receive in principle approval from International Financial Service Centers Authority to set up the new International Financial Service Center banking unit within GIFT City, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. So mention that bank. Which is that bank we are talking about? Mashreq Bank is the bank that we are talking about. Next, What amount was approved by Green Climate Fund for Asian Development Bank led program that aims to unlock large scale public and private investment in high impact and emerging clean energy sectors in India? It is $200 million. Next, identify the company that received a certificate of registration from SEBI to operate as a stockbroker and clearing member under SEBI Stockbroker Regulations of 1992. It is Mobivic Securities Broking Private Limited. Next, identify the organization that launched two non-par, non-linked individual plans, that is Navjeevan Shri and Navjeevan Shri Single Premium in July 2025 to cater financial requirements of buyers and various stages of life. So identify the organization. It is Life Insurance Corporation of India. Apart from these two new offerings, LIC has launched the Critical Illness Health Rider, a non-linked individual health rider that can also be integrated to the eligible base plans, right? And it will be catering to the gig economy. Next, which bank signed an agreement with CCIL International Financial Service Centers Limited to enable real-time settlement of USD transaction, that is dollar transactions, at GIFT City in Gandhinagar, Gujarat? Right? It is Standard Chartered Bank. So it was at the GIFT City, that is in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Next, mention the organization that launched in July the Universal Health Coverage Practitioners and Expert Knowledge Exchange and Resource, a regional peer-to-peer learning network, drive UHC across Asia and the Pacific region. So mention that organization. It is Asian Development Bank, ADB. Next, identify the company that in July unveiled a new index named BSE Insurance Index, derived from the constituents of BSE 1000 index. So identify the company. It is Asia Index Private Limited. The index has a base value of 1000 and this newly launched index is derived from the constituents of BSE 1000 index that are classified under the insurance sector. Next, mention the bank that partnered with Indigo Airlines to relaunch the co-branded credit card powered by Indigo Blue Chip. So mention that bank. It is Kotak Mahindra Bank, right? They partnered with Indigo Airlines to relaunch the co-branded credit card powered by Indigo Blue Chips. Next, in July, Computer Age Management Services, that is CAMS, they have launched CAMS Pay Payment Gateway, a next generation platform designed to meet the evolving needs of the businesses in India. Question asked is, CAMS Pay is developed in partnership with whom? It is developed in partnership with MyLaPay. Next, Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, they committed how much amount to IIFL Home Finance Limited to enhance affordable housing finance access to economically weaker section and low income groups in India. So AIIB, they committed how much amount? It is $100 million. Next, mention the mutual fund company that has launched the BSE Power ETF and BSE Power ETF Fund of Fund in July, exclusively focused on the power sector. So it is Grow Mutual Fund. They have launched this ETF and Fund of Funds. Next, what was the monetary penalty imposed by RBI on HDFC Bank in July for non-compliance with Foreign Exchange Management Act of 1999 regulation related to FDI investment? So what was the monetary penalty imposed on by RBI on HDFC Bank? It is 4.88 lakh rupees. Next, mention the organization that launched the Venture Capital Fund Settlement Scheme in July to aid the settlement of violations of winding up provisions by migrated VCFs. So mention that organization. Which is it? It is your SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India. Next, identify the financial institution in India that entered into a joint venture with Japan-based Sumitomo Mitsui Financial Group in July to provide wealth management services in Japan. It is SBI Holding Incorporation. Next, RBI issued new directions allowing voluntary pledge of gold and silver as collateral for agriculture and MSMEs. Mention the category of banks to which these new directions are not applicable. It is payment banks, right? To them it is not applicable. Next is NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India. NPCI International Payment Limited is the branch of the international arm of NPCI, that is NIPL. They have announced the inclusion of 13 additional Indian banks into the UPI Pay Now services, which is a joint initiative between RBI and whom? It is between RBI and Monetary Authority of Singapore. So that's all for the day, students. Another question that you need to remember, and that is important, is mention the bank that proposed the International Financial Service Center Authority to set up an International Financial Service Center banking unit at GIFT City in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. So which bank proposed this? It was proposed by CTBC Bank. This is a Taiwanese commercial bank and has proposed to the International Financial Service Center Authority to set up a IFSC banking unit at GIFT City in Gandhinagar, Gujarat.